Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, December 30th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern. Oftentimes we we worry about things or stress about things and wonder how things are going to work out. Do you ever notice that things work out? They will work out. The mind can get too busy worrying about the future and lost in its stories about the past. So whenever we come from fear, we narrow our vision and we stop seeing the bigger plan behind it all. The heart can become deaf, unable to listen to our intuition, which is only available in this present moment. You step more fully into the moment, and you will feel much more relaxed about everything. And of course, things will work out. They always have. They always will. Trust this feeling today, and really let go of the endless tension inside the worrying mind. So the deeper that you go into the now, the more at peace you will be. God is there only if you surrender. Surrender makes anything God. Surrender makes anything God. Surrender gives you the eyes, and everything that is brought to these eyes becomes divine. Osho. There are as many different ways to approach life as there are people living on this planet. So let's just say that there are at least 8 billion ways to approach life. The one path that is flawless and transcends all others is that of deep eternal love. Just by letting yourself be fully submerged for even one moment in pure love, can you instantly feel like you are reborn, totally fresh and new, ever present. You begin vibrating at a higher level of consciousness and perceiving things as they really are. Only when we surrender to love are we truly alive. Only through love are we able to see for the very first time with clear eyes who we truly are and why we are here. Through deep surrender, our life mission will be perpetually revealed. And we will understand how this universe is carrying us as if we were in a protected cocoon in each moment of our lives. By consciously surrendering to the most loving feeling you can fathom, there is nothing that can harm or threaten you in any way. Surrendering to love is a magical, mysterious experience that contains only positive outcomes. Only positive. It spontaneously occurs when we trust that everything, thought, and experience is always occurring for the highest good of all concerned. This creates an outpouring of goodness into our consciousness, which gets downloaded into our lives. There is nothing we can imagine worrying about or being afraid of once our act of surrender is true and real. Man cannot discover new oceans until he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. When we honestly learn how to surrender to the highest, deep, eternal love that any of us can possibly imagine, we will discover that we have something very valuable to give. The life energy that is flowing through us is so powerful, so beautiful and enlightening that we become a lamp for others to find their way through the darkness inside. It's from letting go of ourselves and completely letting love take over us that this perpetual gift of enlightening energy starts to naturally spill out onto our outer world. Surrendering to love creates only easy, positive, and joyful circumstances in our lives. Yet this path is not for wimps. It takes tremendous courage, focus, and patience to trust it. There is every chance that the ego will take the steering wheel and control your life, driving it back into the grave. Trusting love is surrendering to it, and understanding that the juiciest love is when it is beyond our control. Love is the energy that illuminates the consciousness of the one who is in control of your life. If you want to have some real fun in this life, it is not about controlling anything. It's about total surrender. It's absolute surrender. Means you have given up your personal agenda, your fantasy ticket to freedom, and allowed yourself to melt and merge into your divine presence that is in this moment, falling into something that is much bigger than our ideas. Through surrender, we have no argument or fight within us. All of our walls, blocks, and personal problems dissolve because we don't try to overcome them. We simply let the path of trusting love guide us on through. We all will find on this enlightening path that the more we surrender, the more love we will have for ourselves. This self-loving voyage is not egotistical or narcissistic. It is simply a returning home to the infinite source of our being. This is the deepest form of love, which is always abundant, with a bliss consciousness that is ever present and deeply eternal loving. It is like being bathed in a warm, relaxing, healing fountain of golden energy that caresses our hearts, minds, and spirits with tender feelings of joy and easiness. This is our natural state of being when surrender is total. This is what causes us to remember that life is not just good, it is absolutely divine and is pure. It is a pure joy and blessing, deep eternal love to be alive. Find ecstasy within yourself. It is not out there. It is in your innermost flowering. The one you are looking for, and the one you have always been looking for, is you. You are the traveler. You are the destination. In experiencing the ecstasy of your own being, you have achieved the final goal. By experiencing the ecstasy of your own being. No-show. As you practice, as any of us practice surrendering to the higher love, we will see that God is here now. The divine is our deepest essence, and only through surrender can we see it. Surrender brings forth our divine purpose, knowledge, and consciousness out into our lives, unlocking the narrowed mind and revealing the most enlightened beings inside of us. It is the secret to discovering our divinity, knowing we are one with infinite spirit and source. It is through this path that we will discover a richer experience of this life, knowing ourselves to be divine and truly appreciating our lives in this amazing world. Love is not meant to be a struggle. Neither is our lives. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. It is number one step to enlightenment, relaxing the body and keeping the body in a state of relaxation. Now, we all know that we are not the body. We are not the name, the character, the personality, the belongings, the status. We are the God within. So how do you relax the body? How do you relax your body naturally? You ever ask yourself that? How do I relax my body naturally? How do I still the mind from interrupting my relaxation? How do I still the ego from conjuring up all kinds of things to keep me stressed? How do I do that? Your breath. Your breath is omnipotently powerful, and we take it all for granted. So when you decide for yourself that you're going to start practicing keeping the body in a relaxed state, naturally, you begin to understand that the breath is the gateway. It's the gateway to the God within. It's the relaxation of the physical body. Easy breath through the nose and easy breath out the mouth. And when you focus on your breath, you literally move out of the ego mind and the subconscious mind. You still them. And how do you do that? You don't participate. You don't participate in the ego mind's incessant wanting, having, getting, wanting, having, getting. You step outside of it. And the noise chatter that we all have disappears. Because you got to remember, we have tens of thousands, tens of millions of these thoughts that fly by like clouds in the sky. And they're endless. And the interesting thing is that over 99% of them are not our thoughts. These are programs that we embrace. And they're other people's thoughts. You see how confusing many can get, especially if they don't know who and what they are, or even begin to know who and what they are. So stilling everything and focusing on the breath is paramount. And it's a challenge because the ego mind is going to fight you every step of the way. It's going to keep conjuring up different ideas and thoughts to try to keep you discomforted, stressed, wanting, having, and getting. So it's not something that's, the ego mind's not going to just say, okay, fine. But you focus on the breath. You still the ego mind, the subconscious mind. You're in the now. The breath is the now. In the now, there is no tomorrow. Understand? In the now, there is no tomorrow. It is only the now. And in the now, there is no yesterday. It is only the now. We create our future in the now. Everything happens in the now. So isn't it interesting that the majority of us stay out of the now? We're either in the past or the future. We leave the now alone. And the now is where everything is. The now is the only way we will master the ego mind. There's no other way. It's the now. It's when you still the ego mind that you're able to watch the ego mind so that you can start beginning to master the ego mind, to understand the ego mind. Once you understand the ego mind, you will begin to master the ego mind. And it will no longer be your boss or your master. It will be your servant. Huge. And practicing staying in the now is imperative. And also being gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times and in the deepest, deepest, deepest of eternal gratitude, no matter what's going on outside of you. Now, we have those thoughts, right, that we've collected when we entered these baby bodies, and then as they matured or grew, all those people's thoughts. From the time your God was in that baby body all the way through to now, all those thoughts, all those conversations, all those guidances, family, friends, relatives, strangers, all those thoughts stored in your subconscious mind. And not only that, all the thoughts, the programs that are flying by you like clouds in the sky. Look at the temptation. It's huge. So, at times, we can be in the now, but then we are pulled out of the now into out there because we embrace other people's thoughts and these program thoughts, and we go off with them. And it's no big deal because we can say to ourselves that I must have grabbed onto someone else's thought, started moving it into form and creating it into reality, so I'll focus on my breath and I'll be in the now. And then that thought vanishes. And how do you know that you're in the now and that you can identify things? Not judge, just identify. So you'll have thoughts that will come in and you'll know through your heart-mind, this isn't my thought. I really don't care whose it is, but it's not mine. And it'll disappear once you've identified it. See, the ego mind wasn't able to trick you, but it still tricks us. It brings in these thoughts. Say, when thoughts come in, you know immediately they aren't yours. When they come in from nowhere, have you ever been doing that? They just come in and you say, what the heck are these thoughts? What's going on here? These can't be my thoughts. And you know what? They aren't. But they're very tricky. They're very tricky. They can convince you. They can attach your name to them. They can make you think and believe that they're yours. But they're not because they came in. They didn't go out. You send your thoughts out to the universe. You don't have thoughts come in. So all the thoughts that come in, you realize no matter how seductive they are, enticing, this is not my thought. Now, on occasion, you might look at a thought and say, I like this thought. I'll turn it into my own. But most of the time, you just say, this isn't my thought, and it'll vanish. And then you say, well, I'm going to send the thought out now to the universe. Yeah, this road we've laid in front of us is quite challenging when we enter these bodies, isn't it? And we laid it out. Nobody else did. But to stay in the now is absolutely paramount. Practice. It doesn't mean that you're not going to slip out of it, because we all do. But you immediately know how to go back and be in the now. And when I say back, I don't mean past. I mean into the now. Then the body begins to relax. It's no longer attracting all these random thoughts and stresses and fears and anxieties. It's relaxed. It's in a relaxed state. And you have decided to go within. The more we go within, the more we will want to stay within. That's how it's come out to be for many who have decided to go within. Once you go within, you are not in the movie looking out. You are out of the movie looking in. Big difference. Big difference. And you aren't judging when you're out of the movie looking in. You're watching, learning, perfecting. this life, exactly as it is. Now, knowing that we are not the body, knowing that the God that we are goes into the body, empowers the body so the body can sustain us to experience physical life. So the body's relaxed, we are in the now, and we're focused on our breath, so we can look into the body. And as we look into the body, we see 7 lights, from the tailbone to the top of the head. Now, these are all different colors, and the vibrancy of the colors are nothing like we see here on this planet. And they're known as chakras. And the definition of chakra is wheel. These are wheels of light. And they're spiritual, etheric energy. Omnipotently powerful. We are spiritual, etheric energy, so we flow through these wheels of light, which gives us an intimate understanding of this vessel that we are powering to experience physical life. And that means that we are intimately flowing through all the organs, all the tissues, blood, everything, right down to the quantum quark. And doesn't it make sense that when you do discover that you truly are the God and that your journey stays within, that you should be able to heal that body in the blink of the eye? Oh, this is something going on. Boom, done. No. I got issues here. Boom, fixed. Not only that, you can look inside the body everywhere, right down to the micron, and right down to the quantum quark. Your emotions, the body's emotions, everything. You, the God in that body, flows through it. Much different perspective than most have been told. But it is true, and the reason it is because you'll know it through your heart mind. Now, we know because we're consciously aware. What is consciously aware? Consciously aware means that we know that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. That's being consciously aware. Did you know that that is the God? That the love you are is the God. And you shine that love everywhere. You cannot be stopped. So we know that the God, the love that we are, enter the body, the soul, and that's the heaven. Heaven isn't a place. Heaven is you, the God that you are, each and every one of us. And the body is earth, heaven on earth. And when we walk this planet, we create every step we take paradise, every single step we take. Not only that, since we are consciously aware that we are deep, pure, eternal love, we're shining our light. And this light is blasting everything, 360 degrees. It is the love that we are. And it's permeating, saturating, and flooding all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. See and feel that through your heart mind. Experience it as much as you can. Always. Get to the point where you always experience it. Not just once in a while. You will tap into the joy that you are, the bliss that you are, and the God that you are within. And possibly in this lifetime, when you decide to leave the body, you will know that you are the light. You will not follow a light. You are the light. You are completely free. You can go anywhere, do anything, inhabit anything. Not like we've been taught the other way. You know, we know that if we took a starship off this planet and we went out far enough and we looked at the globe in its entirety, we would see that it glowed. For goodness sakes, there's 8 billion gods on it, in it, above it, and below it. Now, we would also know that all the lights in the universe would appear to be like candles, lit candles in a dark room, dim compared to this planet. Dim. The light of the love that we are cannot be compared to any light. Only the light of the God, the one, the love. And we know that there are parts of ourselves, the gods that we are, that are sound asleep. They will awaken as they choose to do. But there are parts of us, they are with us. We just don't participate. And there's the other parts of us, the gods that we are, that are awake, consciously aware, to a certain extent. And that's all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. The Archangels, the Cherubim, the Seraphim, the Archetypes. The Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yah, Yeshua. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, galactics, and celestials. All light energy beings. Understand that these numbers they're might as well say uncountable, because we're all one. There's gigaplexes. One gigaplex fills this universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. And these are trillions of gigaplexes coming from trillions of universes in every direction. This is massive. And this is what we do when we liberate planets and the civilizations. Now, the light energy beings that are in the different light spectrums on this planet, infrared, violet, ultraviolet, we don't see them, but they're there. They come in shapes, color, sizes, forms, configurations. They're there. We just, with the eyes we have in these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. Now, there is a group that we are familiar with, and we interact with parts of it on a daily basis. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, The elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, mermaid, dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, centaur, the minotaur. Now, could these bodies that we're powering sustain us, keep us in them without air? No. What about water? No. What about fire? No. What about earth? No. You see how intimate we are connected, these bodies, to the magics, the elementals. And yet we take them for granted. This is only because we have been outside of ourselves for so long. It's like you left home and you haven't returned yet. And the home is the God that you are, always has been. So wherever you go, you're home. Now the Archangels, they're a civilization that vibrated at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But there are times when one might pass you. Look like us. Pass by, make a comment. Real nice comment. Total stranger. Out of the clear blue. Angel. Someone you might meet in a store or park, wherever. Total stranger. Angel. When you need help sometimes in this life. Angel. Happens to all of us. It's just that many don't identify it or understand it. Because the gods within them are the gods within us. It doesn't matter what physical vessel we inhabit. We are experiencing physical life. Because we're all the God within the bodies. Now they have a message that they deliver in many different ways. And that message basically means that isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? Yes, that is bliss. There's bliss. Because as God's outside the body, we don't indulge in the physicalities. We don't eat, we don't sleep. We don't laugh, we don't cry, we don't do any of the things that we do in these bodies. And then you understand how the complacency has been for so long that we take it all for granted. Instead of savoring every single moment, good, bad, or indifferent. And people will begin to realize, as the gods that they are and the love that they are, I'm not the body, I'm the God. What is there to fear? The only fear is the attachments and expectations that we carry in these lives because of the ego mind. That's the fear of letting go. That's the fear of surrendering the physical world. And recognizing and understanding and embracing these physical bodies that allow us as gods to experience physical bliss. Now, they can surround any one of us in the tens of thousands or tens of millions. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can house a large number in a small area. And if you want them to, just ask. Blink of the eye, they will be there. And you will experience bliss. Now, the Ascended Masters, they have ascended into physical form, mastered physical form, have ascended out of physical form, hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form. We are in the process of mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creations. Now the off-worlders, the celestials, the galactics, over 1,000 species travel through this solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. We're familiar with a small group, Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, feline, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And we're all assembled, so to speak, arm in arm, hand in hand, consciously aware, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility and benevolence, prosperity and abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, grow, expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God force, love, light, energy, the kingdom of God, the God source. All of us within these bodies. And this light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And this is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, the highest frequency. And it is flooding this planet. Watch it through your heart, minds, motion pictures. See as it cascades down. It's like a golden white shower, cascading, saturating, flooding, bathing all life, the highest supreme value in the universes. Infinity so. We begin to descend above the planet. We're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. We're in it. The best way to describe it is a master grand finale fireworks show, a massive laser light show, and a ballroom globe, mirrored globe, which is 1 trillion times larger and 1 trillion times more intense, reflecting the light, all combined, watching them all come together in a crescendo of light, flashing, reflecting, glittering, glowing. And so we're curious, so we enter the reflective point, which we notice is a microscopic, perfectly etched mirror. So we enter it and discover that all of us in the Gugaplexes are learning from each other, teaching each other, back and forth. Student, teacher, teacher, student, or both. Endlessly, infinity. Because we are pieces of all life. Everything that has life is God. We are the God within everything. There's just no separation. There never was. That's the illusion played upon all of us. The tree isn't the life. The God within it is the life that gives the tree life, that powers it up. And understand. Why then I ask people, why do trees die then? Because the God within it isn't consciously aware. That's why. You see the similarities with us in these bodies? Why do the bodies cease then? Because we are not consciously aware that we are the God within the body and we can heal the body. The consciousness in the tree isn't consciously aware that it is the God within the tree. So it could heal the tree. You see how things work. This planet would never cease It never ceases. As soon as the God within it is totally consciously aware, then the planet heals itself. And all life inhabited by the God heals itself. So you wouldn't see trees that die. And we wouldn't cut them down. We wouldn't need to, because we could create our own for the uses that we needed them for. And they in turn would assist. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are the power of healing. The gods within all physical forms are the power of healing. We're then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that the gods within these bodies are omnipotently powerful, strong, and have great resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are protected with a white fire armor. And this armor is impenetrable, and it emanates from the God force, love, light, energy, the love that we all are. Cannot be enticed, seduced, manipulated, weakened. So we are protected infinity. We always have been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, no attachments, no possessions, demons, but only you have the power, only you, that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough through, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, anger, greed, fear, hurriedness, revenge, dishonesty, manipulation, you will create a breach in your white fire armor. Enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then there's all kinds of possibilities. Attachments, possessions, lots of lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. And the first part of this column of light is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Second part of this column of light is the violet ray. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, purest of the purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are in these bodies, that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the trees and the forests, the soils, the sky, the clouds. We're the animals. We are everything. Everything is us. And we are everything. So the next time that you view a sunset or a sunrise, starlit night sky, mountain view, ocean view, rainbow, snowfall, it is you. It is all of us, the gods that we are in these bodies. We usually will see, because of separation, the illusion of separation, we'll look at it and we'll say, what a beautiful sunset. This is because we don't know who and what we are. And then when we discover that, we understand that is the God that I am, through the heart mind. This has nothing to do with the ego mind. We continue to descend above the planet, and we're immediately met with this massive crystalline light tower that we designed and we created. Now it's larger than the solar system and beyond. Some of us, while viewing it, decide to step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it, if we're carrying physical form. And the reason we do this is because it's fun and we can. We look at the center column of this crystalline light tower, and we see inside of it a massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light. It is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light that almost seem infinity. And we discover that all of it is created a super bright white mist. And the mist, you can see the reflections of the arcs of, almost like lightning strikes, but not strikes. They're going back and forth. And the beautiful reflective, the glitter, it's massive. And it's absorbed into our heart minds, our heart center. And it's like a warm embrace that never ends. The golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes gratitude, peace, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, tremendous prosperity, tremendous abundance. And we discover that all of it is a reflection of the God that we all are. Now at the top we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, flooding all life on this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it, throughout infinity, never ending. Saturating all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. Can you see through your heart mind's motion pictures that these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies are vaporizing because they cannot function in a higher vibrational frequency existence? They are no more. This is the complete liberation of this planet. On it, in it, above it, and below it. There isn't even a quantum crevice of lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies that can evade this deep eternal love. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops. Drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's set center circle. We created this sphere almost 4 years ago. It holds well over 1,700 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Now, these meditations don't disintegrate, weaken, fade. They do the opposite. They intensify. They expand and grow constantly. And the vibrational frequency is of the highest high, pure, deep, eternal love, of which we are. All of us, the gods that we are. You can tap into those anytime you choose and feel the nirvana. Feel it. Total bliss. God is there only if you surrender. Surrender to the God within. Surrender makes anything God. Surrender gives you the eyes, and everything that is brought to these eyes becomes divine. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose, and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Find the center of the cyclone of life, and you'll discover deep, profound peace. Find the center of the cyclone of life, and you'll discover deep, profound peace. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning, and we will return here, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our Global Guided Meditation call. Friday, December 31st, 2021.